Students, good morning all of you. Today our topic is inelastic collision. So I think already you are all seeing our last video, that is elastic collision and different cases. But today we are discussing about the inelastic collision. Before going to that, all of you subscribe our channel, and if you like this video, please hit the like and comment in the comment section. Let's start our topic. If two bodies are participating in inelastic collision, after the collision the two bodies are moving with the common velocity. So that phenomenon is called inelastic collision. Here in this, the first point you have to remember, the momentum of the bodies, momentum of particles conserved. The momentum of the particles conserved, and after collision the particles moving with the common velocity, common velocity. So they should not have any variation in the velocity after collision, right? So this is 100% perfect inelastic collision, okay. And the third point, it is the kinetic energy of the system will not be conserved, right? The kinetic energy of the system will not be conserved. So this is the inelastic collision of the particles. Here in this meaning, the initial kinetic energy of the particles before collision is not equal to the final kinetic energy of the particles after collision. Here, this is the particle mass m1 with initial velocity u1. This is the particle mass m2 with initial velocity u2. Both are participating in inelastic collision. Then both the bodies are moving with the, so this is m2 and this is m1 with the common velocity. The velocity v1 it is equal to v2 is equal to v. Okay. So here the kinetic energy at before collision KEI is not equal to the kinetic energy after collision KEF. Okay. So some of the kinetic energy will be losses under this process, because of whenever two bodies will be participating in inelastic collision, then some deformation should be occurs. The deformation, so this is the first body and this is the second body. So due to this deformation, some kinetic energy will be losses, and this should be lost by the producing of heat or producing of sound. By this some energy will be lost. Hence at before collision how much kinetic energy it can have, and after collision it is not equal. Therefore some energy will be losses under the inelastic collision process. Hence the kinetic energy will not be conserved here. Only the momentum of particles are conserved. Okay. And after collision both the particles are moving with the common velocity. So these are the points we have to remember in case of inelastic collision. What is the best example for the inelastic collision in our daily life? For suppose here there is a target. So this is the target. When the bullet is fired from the gun, So this is the bullet. The bullet is fired from the gun, then it will be hits the target. After collision, the bullet and target, so this is the bullet, the bullet and target combinedly moving with each other. This is the common velocity. V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V. Here there is the mass of the bullet, it is m1, mass of the target, it is m2. Then here the mass should be m1 plus m2 and the velocity should be v. Okay, so this is the best example. When the fired bullet hits the target, after the collision they can be moving with common velocity. The velocity of the bullet and the velocity of the target is same. The other example is, already we seen that the wax spear means, what is that, మైనపు ముద్దని ఒక మార్బుల్తో, దిస్ ఈజ్ మైనపు ముద్ద, ఇట్ మీన్స్ వ్యాక్స్ మార్బుల్ మీన్స్ గాజుగోలి marble. So both are collides. After collision, the marble is penetrates into the wax and they can be, both are moving with the common velocity. So this is the before collision. After collision they can be moves with the common velocity. So these are the best examples of inelastic collision. So you have to remember, the first point, it is momentum of the particles are conserved. After collision both the particles are moving with the common velocity and kinetic energy of the system will not be conserved here, right? The kinetic energy will be losses due to the deformation in the form of heat or sound. It will be losses some energy. That's why the initial kinetic energy and final energy is not equal, right? If a bullet can be fired into the target, after collision the target and bullet will be moving with the common speed. So that is the best example of the inelastic collision. Let us see what is the final velocity of the particle in the inelastic collision. Let us see here, m1 m2 are the two bodies which are participating in inelastic collision. They can having u1 and u2 are the initial velocity at before collision. At the collision process and after collision they moves with the common velocity, that is v1 is equal v2 is equal vc. C refers common velocity, right? Let us write what is the common velocity of the particles which are participating in inelastic collision. So in case of inelastic collision the momentum should be conserved here. Okay, right? How we can write that? The conservation of momentum, we can write sum of momentum at before collision is equal to the sum of momentum at after collision. Right? So at before collision they have the momentum here m1 u1 plus m2 u2. After collision the masses should be overlap to each other and they can be moving with the total mass should be m1 plus m2 and the common speed will be vc. So then the mass, so here what I am trying to writing it is m1v and plus m2v. Okay, v it is the common speed, or we can write vc, c for common. So then you can write m1 u1 and plus m2 u2, it is equal vc is common where m1 plus m2. Okay, therefore we need to find the common speed or after collision the velocity of the particle, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. So this is the final velocity of the particle where the two bodies are participating in the inelastic collision. Let us write the quotient of restitution. Quotient of restitution is the ratio of the relative velocity of separation and to the relative velocity of the approach. Okay, or it can be written as velocity after collision, relative velocity after collision and relative velocity before collision. Okay, both are same. So let us write, you can write it is E is equal V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2, right? But in case of inelastic collision, where the V1 it is equal to V2, it is equal having both velocity, that is common velocity Vc, right? So let us substitute here, E it is equal to Vc minus Vc by U1 minus U2. Here it is 0 by U1 minus U2, it is equal to 0. So here the quotient of restitution in case of inelastic collision is always 0, right? Similarly, in case of elastic collision, already we seen that E is equal to V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2. So in case of elastic collision, we have to derive where V2 minus V1 is equal to U1 minus U2, right? The relative velocity of the separation is equal to relative velocity of the approach. Okay, so then we can write it is V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2 is replaced by V2 minus V1. So both are cancelled out and remaining it is 1. So this is E value, the quotient of restitution in case of elastic collision, right? Let us remember, if E is equal to 0, that is inelastic collision. If E is equal to 1, that is elastic collision. And what about E is equal to 0 and between 0 and 1, then it is called partially elastic or partially inelastic. Already yesterday we have discussed partially elastic or partially inelastic. Okay, so these are the terms you have to remember. Now let us see a problem. A bullet mass m is moving with v0 velocity and strikes into a target which is capital M, which is at rest. Then find what is the final velocity of the system. Okay, a bullet mass m is moving with the v0 velocity and strikes into the target which is at rest. Then find what is the final velocity of the system. Okay, so here the solution, let us see. Here there is a bullet, this is a bullet. So this is a bullet having the mass m with velocity v0. Okay, so here there is a target. Which can having capital M mass which is at rest. So rest means the velocity is 0. Okay, after collision. So find what is the final velocity of the system. Here they had given us a bullet strikes into a target. So this is the target and the bullet strikes into the target, right? So this is the bullet having the mass small m and here mass capital M, and velocity v naught. So this is the system after the collision. So here we need to find the velocity of the system, that is common velocity you have to know, that is the inelastic collision. Okay, let us write the momentum is conserved here. It means momentum initial before collision, it is equal momentum of the system after collision, that is pf. We can write that m v naught plus m into v is equal 0, it is 0, it is equal m plus m into vc. Here we can write that mv naught is equal m plus m into vc. Therefore vc is equal mv naught by m plus m. So this is the common velocity after the common velocity of the system after strikes together, and they can be moves with common speed. This is the final velocity of the system. Okay, now let us see the ratio of kinetic energy at after and before collision in inelastic collision. Inelastic collision lo kinetic energy ratio చూద్దాం ఇప్పుడు. Right, you know already the kinetic energy of the system in inelastic collision is not conserved. The kinetic energy at before collision is something else and after collision is another. Okay, right, let us see. Here there is an object having the mass m1 with initial velocity u. The another object which is m2 having the mass and which can be having in the rest motion, that is the velocity of the object is 0. After inelastic collision they can be both are moving with the common speed. Now the kinetic energy at before collision is equal to kinetic energy at after collision, but here the kinetic energy will not be conserved. Okay, so now we have to find the kinetic energy at before collision, how much it has, and the kinetic energy at after collision, how much it has, and we need to find the ratio of kinetic energy at after and before collision. Okay, so after collision the kinetic energy will be written as KEF, F for final, and before collision the kinetic energy should be written as KEI, initial kinetic energy. Right, let us write the initial kinetic energy KEI, it is equal of m means m1 u square, m1 u square plus of m2, what is the u value? It is 0 because it has at rest position. Then KEI, it is equal, we can write 1 by 2 m1 u square. So this is the kinetic energy at before collision. Right, now we have to write the kinetic energy at after collision. KEF, it is equal 1 by 2 m1 plus m2 into what is the velocity? Common velocity, that is v square. Okay, so this is the kinetic energy at after collision. Here we need to find the common velocity, which is v. So if two bodies are participating in inelastic collision, then the momentum should be conserved. Due to the conservation of momentum, you can write that m1 u plus m into 0 is equal to m1 plus m2 into v. Right, according to conservation of momentum, we can write that. Right, so hence m1 u, it is equal to m1 plus m2 into v. The value of v after collision, the velocity of the system, it is m1 u by m1 plus m2. Okay, so this is the velocity of the system after collision. So here we need to write the velocity of the system after collision. So here the kinetic energy at final, it is the velocity of the system after collision, hence we have to submit the value of here. Okay, so let us write. So now we have to find the ratio of the kinetic energy at after and before collision. So we need to write it is KEF into the KEI. KEF upon KEI. It is equal KEF, it is nothing but 1 by 2 m1 plus m2 into v square. V square nothing but m1u by m1 plus m2 whole square upon KEI. KEI it is equal of m1, what is that, u square. Okay, let us derive this. Here we can write that 1 by 2 into, so here 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 cancelled out. Let us write m1 plus m2 into m1 u square by m1 plus m2 whole square. Okay, this can be moving upward side, and then it can be written as 1 by m1 u square. Okay, here square and m1 plus m2 will be cancelled out. Okay, here you can write it is equal to m1 u square, m1 square u square by m1 plus m2 into m1 u square. Okay, here u square and u square cancelled out, and square and m1 will be cancelled out. Here the remaining it is m1 by m1 plus m2. So this is the ratio of the kinetic energies at after collision and before collision. KEF by KEF, it is equal to m1 by m1 plus m2. So this is most important formula you have to remember. And also let us write the fraction of change in kinetic energy, change in KE, or lost in KE, lost in kinetic energy. How much of kinetic energy will lost? The fraction change in kinetic energy is written as the ratio between change in kinetic energy and to the initial kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy and to the initial kinetic energy. Okay, that is called fraction of change in kinetic energy. So therefore the fraction of change in kinetic energy should be written as, it is change in kinetic energy, it means delta KE by, what is that, KEI, initial kinetic energy KEI. So delta KE should be written as, it is KEI minus KEF. Why you should write KEI minus KEF? Because of the initial kinetic energy is more compared to the final kinetic energy, because some kinetic energy was lost when the two objects are participating in the inelastic collision, right? Hence the bigger value to the lower value will be subtracts. So here you can write that, and therefore you can write the ratio, the fraction of change is equal to KEI minus KEF by KEI. So this is delta KE by KEI. So what I have to say, it is change in kinetic energy, it is delta KE. Delta KE means KEI minus KEF by KEI. So you have to simply, you can simplify that, it is KEI is common, and then you have to write 1 minus KEF by KEI. Okay, right, it is equal to 1 minus, what is KEF by KEI? It is the ratio of the final kinetic energy and the initial kinetic energy. It means after collision and before collision kinetic energy. Already we have to derive it then how much it is? m1 by m1 plus m2, right? So just simply you have to put the LCM m1 plus m2 and write here m1 plus m2 minus m1, and m1 should be cancelled out. Here the meaning is m2 by m1 plus m2. So this is the, what is that? Fraction change in kinetic energy, fraction of change in kinetic energy. So these are the formulas you have to remember for to derive the more and more problems. Fraction change in Ke. So fraction change in Ke, it is equal to m2 by m1 plus m2, and the ratio between final kinetic energy and initial kinetic energy m1 by m1 plus m2. So you have to remember for more updates. Therefore finally we can say that the ratio of final kinetic energy and initial kinetic energy, it is equal to m1 by m1 plus m2. Here the m1 is equal to, what is m1? Moving body. m1 is equal to moving object, right? And here fraction change in kinetic energy, that is delta Ke by Kei, it is equal to m2 by m1 plus m2. Here the m2, it is, what is that? A body which is at rest. You have to remember simply how we can take the m1, which body you have to take m1 and which body you have to take m2. Here m2, it is the a body which is at rest, a body which is at rest, a body which is at moving, which is in moving, that is m1, a body which is at rest, it is m2. Okay, so these are the formulas you have to do more applications. Let us see about the ballistic pendulum. So what is a ballistic pendulum? So ballistic pendulum is an example of inelastic collision. Inelastic collision, right? So this ballistic pendulum is used to find velocity of the bullet. Find velocity of the fired bullet. This can be made up of wooden material. In this, the momentum was conserved. But kinetic energy will not conserved. Ke, kinetic energy of the system not conserved. So here what I am saying is, a ballistic pendulum has an wooden block, have mass m. It is used to find the velocity of the fired bullet. So for example, here there is a bullet which is fired into the block. So this is the bullet with some speed. So then it will be gets here, and it will be rises some height. Okay, so this is the mass m. So this height we have to find in some cases. So these are the ballistic problems, model problems. Okay, so here, so the mass of the bullet, somewhere whatever it is, the mass of the block whatever it is, we have to find how we can find the height of the block after the collision. So here you need to find the kinetic energy at before collision and after collision. Okay, the speed of the bullet before collision and at the time of the firing. Okay, so these are the examples. This is the best example of the inelastic collision, that is ballistic pendulum is one of the example of inelastic collision. Okay, so now let us see the problem based on the ballistic pendulum. Let us see, here there is a ballistic pendulum, and mass, having the mass capital M. Here there is a bullet which can having the mass small m, and the velocity of the bullet v naught, it is equal 100 meter per second. Let it be 100 meter per second. And the mass of the bullet, it is 1 kg. Here the mass of the block, it is 9 kg. Okay. And now we have to find, after the collision at the block, the height risen by the block. You have to find height risen by the block. Height risen. So h is equal how much at after collision. Okay. So after collision, the bullet and the block are having the common speed, already you know, that is vc. Here you write that before collision and after collision, the momentum is conserved in this case. So because of ballistic pendulum is the best example of the inelastic collision. So due to the conservation of momentum, you can write that where mv naught, because it is at rest, before it is at rest. Okay, mv naught is equal, after collision, m plus m. So bullet will be penetrates into the block and move with the common speed. Here m plus capital M into, what is that, vc, where m means 1 kg into velocity, how much it is, 100 meter per second. It is equal, small m, it is nothing but 1 kg mass of the bullet, and capital M, it is nothing but 9 kg into, what is that, vc, right, common speed, that is vc, it is equal 100 by 1 plus 9, that is 10. It is equal 10 meter per second. Okay. And now we have to find the height risen by the block after collision. So here, so this is the block which can at mean position, the kinetic energy of the block at mean position is maximum, and similarly at the kinetic energy, it is equal to 0 here, ke is equal to 0, but the potential energy is maximum here. Due to the conservation of energy, the energy will always remains constant. The kinetic energy, how much have here, is equal to the potential energy at the highest point. So here the kinetic energy at lowest point is equal to potential energy at highest point. Potential energy at highest point. Okay. Let us write the kinetic energy at lowest point, it is of mv square. We can write that of m. M means after the collision here, that small m plus capital M vc square. It is equal potential energy at highest point after the collision. They can be moving with this. Here mgh. Mgh means small m plus capital M into g into h. Right, small m capital M cancelled out. Let vc square, it is equal to g h. G is equal to acceleration due to gravity. Let us take 10 meter per second square, and h is equal to, you can write v square by and vc square by 2g. It is equal to vc, it is nothing but, already we read that 10 square, it is equal 100 by 2 into 10. So this is equal 5 meters. The height risen by the block, it is equal 5 meters. So these are the types of problems you have to practice more in case of ballistic pendulum. One more question is there here. A body of mass m1 moving with velocity u striking another body of mass m2 at rest. Both bodies stick together and moves forward. Find the fractional change in kinetic energy of the system. Fractional change in kinetic energy of the system. Already we derived it. So that is m2 by m1 plus m2. So is it right or not? You have to see here. A body m1 and m2. So here a body m1 has velocity u and m2 is at rest. So this is the m2 is at rest. Okay. and after collision both bodies stick together and moves forward, stick together and moves. So this is the m2 and this is the m1, stick together and moves with velocity v. So find the fractional change in kinetic energy of the system. This is the inelastic collision. Then due to the conservation of momentum, m1u is equal m1 plus m2 into v. Therefore v is equal to m1u by m1 plus m2. This is the final velocity of the system here. Here we need to find fractional change in the kinetic energy. What is fractional change in kinetic energy? Change in kinetic energy and initial kinetic energy, the ratio of change in kinetic energy and initial kinetic energy. Here it is delta ke by ke I. This is the fractional change in kinetic energy. So now we have to write kinetic energy, initial kinetic energy ke I, it is equal to 1 by 2 m1 u square, and final kinetic energy kef is equal to 1 by 2, it is m1 plus m2, m1 plus m2 into what is that, v square. V is already denoted that m1u into m1u by m1 plus m2. Just you have to substitute there. Therefore the change in the kinetic energy delta ke is equal to kei minus kef, because of kei is more than to the kef. It is equal to, what is kei? 1 by 2 m1 u square minus 1 by 2 m1 plus m2 into v square. So here we need to substitute the value of v. 1 by 2 m1 u square minus 1 by 2 m1 plus m2 into v square. V nothing but, what is the v? m1u by m1 plus m2, m1u by m1 plus m2 whole square. V square replacing by whole square, right? Here this is equal to 1 by 2 m1 u square minus 1 by 2 m1 plus m2 into m1 square u square whole square will be divided, and m1 plus m2 whole square. This whole square and this m1 plus m2 cancelled out. Of m1 u square, m1 square u square off. So here we need to common 1 by 2 m1 u square, and then here there is the value 1 and minus m1, okay, u, sorry, only m1 by m1 plus m2. Okay, so here u square is common and here the remaining value m1. And further we simplify that 1 by 2 m1 u square into m1 plus m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2. This is the LCM we have to do here. m1 and m1 cancelled out here. Here the remaining value, this is the delta ke. Delta ke we have to deriving. Therefore delta ke is equal to 1 by 2 m1 u square m2 by m1 plus m2. So this can be written as delta ke, it is equal to 1 by 2 m1 u square by m1 m2 u square by m1 m2 m1 plus m2. Okay, but our aim is to find fraction change in kinetic energy. Find fraction change in ke. Right, fraction change in kinetic energy is equal to the ratio of the change in kinetic energy and to the initial kinetic energy. Okay, so this is equal to 1 by 2 m1 m2 u square by m1 plus m2 whole by KEI. What is KEI? KEI is already we denote that KEI is equal to 1 by 2 m1 u square. 1 by 2 m1 u square. So this can be whole divided by 1 by 2 m1 u square. So this can be written as 1 by 2 m1 m2 u square by m1 plus m2 into 2 by m1 u square. Okay, 2 and 2 will be cancelled out, m1 and m1 cancelled out, u square and u square cancelled out. The remaining value is m2 by m1 plus m2. So this is the fraction change in the kinetic energy. So that is equal change in kinetic energy into the initial kinetic energy. The ratio between change in kinetic energy and to the initial kinetic energy gives us the fraction change in kinetic energy. So this is the answer. Already we derived it. Just you have to remember this. You can put the answer very easily. So that is m2 by m1 plus m2. So what is about m1 by m1 plus m2? So this is the ratio of final kinetic energy and to the initial kinetic energy. Already you derived it. KEF by KEI. Okay, so this is the very important formula and problem in previous examinations. Okay student, this is our today's class. I hope all are you understanding very well. If you like the video, please share your friends and subscribe our channel and like, comment in the comment section. Thank you one and all.